The following is a live special presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Good morning, afternoon, good evening. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for the second day of January 2025, the first stream on the channel for the new year. And today we have, by request, a Nolan Ryan game. I went with, he only asked for California. Should have asked for the Mets because that's where his picture is with. And so in the long and varied career of one Lynn Nolan Ryan, we go back to 1977 for a game that didn't really happen between the California Angels and the Detroit Tigers. Now, the reason why I went with the Tigers, well, there's two reasons why I went with the Tigers. One, they had the same record as the Angels, 74 and 88. So I figured it was a fair fight. How you doing, Philip and Andrew? And our poll question of the day is, how many will Nolan Ryan strike out? 10 and over or under 10? The second reason why I went with the Detroit Tigers is for one Mark Fidrich, which, if you are a certain age, and I am of that age, Mark Fidrich in his Big Bird impression just mesmerized those of us who are now in our early to mid-50s. And my cat, apparently. And so it'll be Nolan Ryan and Mark Fidrich as we get ready for this. So back to 1977 for this, and there's another reason why I took this one for Nolan Ryan. You can make a case that he should have been the Cy Young Award winner with the Angels in 73 when he struck out 383. You can make a very good case that he should have been the Cy Young Award winner in 1981 when he threw a no-hitter against the Dodgers on Game of the Week post-strike. Fernando Valenzuela won the Cy that year. And you really can make a case that he should have won the Cy Young in 87. But he didn't have a winning record, and it went to Steve Bedrosian. So Nolan Ryan at his wildest, wackiest. Next! As Retro Sports Network presents Action PC Baseball Special. Today from Anaheim Stadium in Anaheim, California. It is the California Angels and the Detroit Tigers. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com. The best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, wherever else fine podcasts are listed. Andrew, who asked for this game, says, great choice. 13-year-old you in 77. I did my first ever game in 77. No, I didn't stream it at Shea Stadium with the chicken pox. So here is Nolan Ryan, who was 30 years old. He went 19 and 16 for the Angels in 77 with an earned run average of 277. In 37 starts, he completed 22 of them. He threw 4 shutouts. He threw 299 innings. Allowed 198 hits, that's 6 per 9, and that certainly led all of baseball. 110 runs, 92 earned. He allowed 12 homers. Now get this, he walked 204. That has got to be a record in the 20th century. I'm not going to go back to Old Hoss Rayburn and his 7,000 innings in 1879. He struck out 341. He hit 9 batters, 350, 554. So of the 1,272 batters that Nolan Ryan faced in 1977, 554 didn't make contact. He walked 6.1 per 9. He threw 10 strikeouts per 9. And the American League hit 193 off him. So it should be quite interesting to see how you handle that anomaly. The lineup for the Tigers is this. Ron LaFleur is in center field. He'll lead off. Tito Fuentes is at second. He'll bat second. Jason Thompson at first will go third. Rusty Staub, the DH, cleans up. Ben Ogilvie in right will bat fifth. Steve Kemp in left will go sixth. Milt May behind the plate will bat seventh. Aurelio Rodriguez, a former Angel, will play third and bat eighth, and Tom Verizor at short will bat ninth. And Nolan Ryan can go 140 pitches, and with his control, that might only be 4 innings. You never know. Defensively for the Angels, it'll be Don Baylor, a 5 and a 2 in left. Gil Flores, who also played for the Mets, I guess, at some point, a 3 and a 5 in center. Bobby Bonds, who pretty much played for everybody, a 7 and a 6 in right. Around the infield, Dave Chalk is a 6 at third. Mario Guerrero is a 7 and a 4 at short. Mario made the rounds too. Jerry Remy is a 6 and a 7 at second. And Tony Solata is a 4 at first. How you doing? Good morning. Terry Humphrey is your catcher. He's a 9 and a 6 with a 6 arm. And Roland Ryan throws the fastball at 96. Can go about 140 pitches. He is a fastball pitcher at 96 and a ground ball plus pitcher. And so with all that, pesky pole. Oh, car audio. So don't distract me while I drive. Okay. Did you hear the one about Nomar? Midlife crisis. How to take it back. My poll choice. Oh, 77 Tigers, pretty good offense. Did you vote for the 10 or more strikeouts? Ryan gets knocked out early. Uh-oh, Happy New Year. That Remy guy might be good in the booth someday. Ron LaFleur at 325, 10 doubles, 10 triples, 30 doubles, 16 homers, and 57 RBI. So Ryan, on this July 4th, 88 degrees, clear skies. You can almost see Disneyland from here. And by the way, all of our parks for the 56 replay will be courtesy of Mark Shaw. And you can find them at actionpccommunity.com. Pitch to LaFleur. Got him at 97. How about that? A 2-2 fastball. And LaFleur just heard it hit the glove. Here's Tito Fuentes, one of my dad's heroes. 309 average, 5 homers, and 51 RBI. I had they still make these calendars, the page a day type deal. They get gummed up and they don't work after a while. And so my dad, one of the years I got it, stole a quote from Tito, put it by his desk at work. I don't know why they throw at me, Fuentes has claimed to say. I'm the father of 5 or 6 kids. That's a ground ball to Chalk over to Solata. And Tito is retired 2 away. Jason Thompson at 270, 31 homers and 105 RBI. Dave Little, good morning. How are you? Been Big Dave? You can change your answer, can't you? 75% of you have said 10 or over. Ryan rocks and deals. Got him. He fans too and doesn't walk anybody. An 0-2 fastball at 95, and that'll do. Tigers get nothing across in the first after half an inning, no score. Texagander, alas, one of your Tiger teams, you were 16 and lived in mid-Michigan. Mark Fidrich. The arm troubles were already apparent. 22 years old. Fastball at 86 and a ground ball plus pitcher. Only pitched in 11 games for the Tigers in 77. Went 6-4. A 2.89 ERA. Completed 7 games. 81 innings. 82 hits. 29 runs. 26 earned. He allowed 2 homers. He walked 12 and struck out 42. The lineup he'll be facing. Jerry Remy will lead off at second, and Remy stole 41 bases. Dave Chalk at third will bat second. Don Baylor in left will go third. Bobby Bonds in right will clean up. Tony Solita? How do you pronounce that? Anyway, Tony will bat fifth and play first. Papa Jack, Ron Jackson, the other first baseman, is your DH. He'll go sixth. Mario Guerrero at short will bat seventh. Terry Humphrey looking so happy in that Tigers outfit. Behind the plate, batting eighth, and Gil Flores in center will bat ninth. Defensively for the Tigers, Steve Kemp is a 6-4 in left. Ron LaFleur a 6-7 in center, and Ben Ogilvie a 6-9 in right. So Ogilvy is the best arm. Aurelio Rodriguez is a 9 at third. Tom Verizor, a 7 and a 7 at short. Tito Fuentes, a 7 and an 8 at second. Jason Thompson, a very good first baseman. He's a 9. The battery, Milt May, is a 6 with an 8 arm behind the plate. And Fidrich can go about 140 pitches. He is a 7 fielder with a 929 fielding percentage. The Rem Dog at 252, 10 triples, 4 homers, and 44 RBI. And this one starts with a ground ball right back to the bird, over to first. And Remy can't run that fast, 1 out. Dave Chalk at 277, 3 homers, and 45 RBI. And if you are of a certain age, this is what the Big A looked like. Never mind the nice little Photoshop deal of that pair standing out there by the buses. Just once and it's done 3 times. Up until 1979, that's what it looked like. The Chevron ad changed over the years, but such a unique scoreboard. Fidrich winds and deals. Chalk hits a slow bounder down to first, and that will roll foul. And somebody from an Orange Grove made that catch. The count is 0-2. So right now, 75% of you think that Ryan will fan 10. Pitch to Chalk, and Fidrich hit him. So Chalk just kind of takes a slow, steaming walk down to first. Got him in the leg, and Fidrich sings something about sunny days sweeping the clouds away. And Chalk says, I'll send you to Sesame Street if you do that again. Don Baylor, over from the Orioles. It's his first year in Anaheim. Hit, I think, 251, 25 homers, and 75 RBI. Baylor had speed. He stole 26 bases. That's into left center. Back goes LaFleur, running a long way, but will make the catch, and Chalk goes back to first. So 2 out for Bobby Bonds, who didn't quite do a 40-40, but he had a 30-30 year. He hit 264, hit 37 homers. He drove in 115. This Angel team went 74-88, by the way, same as the Tigers. And he stole 41 bases, but he struck out 141 times. David asks, will Ryan walk 5? I would imagine so. Imagine that, 1,200 and some odd batters and 550 didn't make contact. Bonds makes contact with that. Fuentes waits for it. Goes to Verizor for the easy play at second, and that'll do. Angels strand the base runner, and after 1, no score. So Staub, Ogilvy, and Kemp to face Ryan here in the second. Rusty at 278. Taylor Maine, American League player. 22 homers and 101 RBI. Ryan starts the second with a 3rd strikeout. Staub took that one off speed and watched it. And if we're going to do the Tigers, then he just kind of stood there like a barn on the side of the road. Yeah, Bobby's son might be good one day. The Angels can attribute to that. Ben Ogilvy at 262, 21 homers, and 61 RBI. For those of you listening just to the audio portion of this extravaganza, what little wind is blowing right to left at 1. And so Mickey's hair across the parking lot, Mickey's ears aren't moving. Pitch to Ogilvy. Got away from Humphrey. The throw down to first, and Ogilvy's retired, and Ryan has struck out 4. That 10 or over number looks pretty good right now, doesn't it? Here's Steve Kemp at 257, 18 homers, and 88 RBI. Ryan from the wind, and that's the first walk of the day. He missed the strike zone at 86 or 96, high and outside on a full count. So here's Milt May at 249, 12 homers, and 46 RBI. This is not a bad Tiger team. I wonder, was it just lack of pitching? I don't think they're as good as the Yankees, Orioles, or Red Sox, but this does not strike me as a team that should go 74-88. Pitch to May, and he walks May. So That's the thing. Ryan hated, absolutely hated. That was a full count fastball, by the way, high and in, to allow a hit. In fact, he only allowed 6 hits per 9 in 77. But he just didn't know where that fastball was going. Aurelio Rodriguez, 219, 10 homers and 32 RBI. First and second, 2 out. Ryan deals, and that's his 5th strikeout. Oh, ho, ho, ho. He got Rodriguez to swing at some serious cheese at 97, and Ryan's out of the jam. No runs, no hits. He's walked 2 and has left on. The Tigers have left on 2, and after an inning and a half, no score. So Tony Soleado, I think that's how you pronounce that, at 241, 14 homers and 53 RBI. Fidrich winds and deals, and that's into right. Back goes Ogilvy. Well struck and gone. That hit one of those buses out there in right field, and the Angels go up 1-0. So 347 feet to the veteran first baseman. And Big Bird says a couple words you can't say on Sesame Street. Not where you'd expect that offense to come from. I don't know, who did they trade? Because Bobby Grich is on this team too, and he was with Baltimore for the longest time. But Grich didn't play that much in 77. Here's Papa Jack at 243. Ron Jackson, 8 homers and 28 RBI. Fidrich delivers. That's a ground ball to Verizon at short. Over to Thompson. That's an easy play, and that's an out. So here's Mario Guerrero. Mario in part-time duty. Hit 283, a home run, and 28 RBI. Pops up left side. That is hooking. Foul. This ballpark was a challenge to doll up in the game because it is slanted so towards left field in that scoreboard. 2-2 the count. Fidrich down 1-0 here in the second. That's a bounder over Thompson in front of Ogilvy, and Guerrero has a single. So a 2-out single, one out single. Here's Terry Humphrey. The catcher hit 227 in 77, 2 homers and 34 RBI. Ground ball to Thompson. They might get 2 out of this. Yeah, he goes to Verizon for 1. They're not going to get Humphrey, but Thompson saves a hit by getting Guerrero at first. So 2 away. Humphrey for a catcher isn't too horribly slow. Gil Flores hit 278, a home run, and 26 RBI. Fidrich deals, and that is a ground ball to Fuentes, who goes to Verizon for the easy out. The home run from Soleado, the difference, a run on 2 hits and no errors, including that home run. And after 2, it's the Angels 1, Detroit 0. So Verizon, LaFleur, and Fuentes to face Ryan here in the third. Tom hit 197, 2 homers, and 28 RBI. Ryan deals, and that's into left field. Baylor will run in the corner and make the catch, 1 out. So an opening 9 for Ryan. How do you get 22 complete games with a 140 pitch count is beyond me. Ryan, the first time threw 46 pitches. He hadn't allowed a hit yet. 2 1/3, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. LaFleur, one of those 5. Right to Guerrero. He waits for it, throws to first, 2 out. Tito Fuentes is 0 for 1. J.R. Richard at this time was a flamethrower, but again, you really couldn't harness it. I believe in 78 in Action PC, his pitch count is 150. Fuentes 0 for 1. He draws the walk. Ryan went off speed, and Fuentes took it all the way. Full count. So here's Thompson. Jason struck out his first time up. 2 out, 1-0 Angels, top the third. That is up the middle for a base hit. Flores will grab it. Fuentes on his way to third. Ryan says a few choice words. 2 out for Rusty Staub, who struck out his first time up. So runners on the corners. Ryan trying to get out of it here in the third. Fly ball to right. Bonds coming in. Rides a Schwinn. Makes the catch. And no runs. A hit. And the Tigers have left on 4. After 2.5, 1-0 California. So top of the lineup for Fidrich and company. Remy, Chalk, and Baylor. Mark, 38 pitches, his opening 9. 2 innings, 2 hits. The home run by Soleada. Remy, 0 for 1. Infield playing back. Remy's going to drop one down. Does he do it? Thompson has to go get it. Remy's chugging to throw it to Fidrich, and Jerry is out. So 3-1 on the card. 1 away for Chalk, who was hit by a pitch. Swings, and there's a ground ball to Thompson. Jason at the bag himself, and that's 2. For Don Baylor, who's 0 for 1. So what'd you guys do? Anything exciting on New Year's? Pitch to Baylor. There's a little looper to Rodriguez, and Baylor is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the 4th. California 1, Detroit 0. So Ogilvie, Kemp, and May to face Ryan here in the 4th. Ben struck out in the 1st, or his first time up. Got him. Number 6, tipped in the glove of Humphrey at 96. For Steve Kemp, who drew a walk his first time up. Got him. That's 7. A 1-2 changeup in there at the knees. Now, Nolan Ryan's changeups would be most people's fastballs in the era. He fired that one in at 88. We got a good morning and a good afternoon. Milton May walked his first time up. Ryan winds and deals. That's to Guerrero, who throws it to first. And May is retired. So, after 3.5 here at the Big A, no runs, no hits, no errors. It's the Angels 1, the Tigers 0. Dave Little watched the highlights of Michigan's bull win over Alabama. So here's how Major League Baseball did in 1977. The Yankees by 2.5 over the Red Sox and the Orioles. Detroit finished 26 games out of first. Then Cleveland, Milwaukee, and the expansion Blue Jays. In the West, Kansas City had the best record in all of baseball. They went 102-60. 8 games up on Texas. 12 up on the White Sox. 17.5 up on Minnesota. California finished 28 back. Then Seattle was an expansion team and didn't finish in last because Oakland was that much worse. Congratulations to the Buckeyes for beating Oregon. What is it? The 3 teams that were on a bye for the playoff in college football have all lost. National League, Philly won by 5 over Pittsburgh. Then St. Louis and Chicago. Montreal, which had Tony Perez that year. And then the Mets finished in last. In the West, where's Scotty Howard? The Dodgers by 10 over the Big Red Machine. 17 over Houston. 23 over the Giants. 29 over San Diego. And 37 over Ted Turner's Atlanta Braves. Rod Carew at 388. Frank Tanana actually led the American League in ERA at 254. And to tell you just how much of a strikeout artist Nolan Ryan was, look at that there. He struck out 341. In the second place was Dennis Leonard of the Royals, who struck out 97 less. It'll be Bond, Soleada, and Jackson to face Fidrich here in the fourth. Bobby's 0 for 1. There's a ground ball to third. Rodriguez across the way for the out. Soleada homered in the second, his first time up. He did hit 14. That is past Fuentes into center field. So Soleada has a 2-hit game. 89 degrees, not a breath of wind. Minnie's looking for a lemonade over at Disney. Papa Jack, Ron Jackson's 0 for 1. There's a ground ball to Fuentes. They might get 2 here. Verizon for 1, Thompson for 2. So it is indeed a 4-6-3 double play, and we are through 4. No runs, a hit, no errors. After 4, Angels 1, Detroit nothing. So Rodriguez, Verizon, and LaFleur to face Ryan here in the 5th. Nolan starts the inning. That's into left field. Baylor, 1 out. For Verizon, who is 0 for 1. There's a ground ball to Remy. He has it, throws to Soleada, and Verizon is retired, 2 away. So Ryan needed a quick inning, and he's probably going to get it. Ron LaFleur is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Ryan, 76 pitches, 18 batters. 4 2/3. Just the 1 hit. That was Jason Thompson. He has walked 3 and struck out 7. So if you got 10 or over, you're looking pretty good right now. Ryan deals. And that's in the left center field for a base hit. LaFleur going for 2 to throw to Remy, and Ron has a double. So a 2-out double brings up Tito Fuentes, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. I think Ralph Houck is the Tiger manager, isn't he? Yeah, because Billy would be in New York. When they did the Ron LaFleur movie, and I don't know if that was just a TV movie of the week or if that went into the theater, LeVar Burton played Ron LaFleur. But Billy Martin played Billy Martin. Pitch to Fuentes. There's a ground ball to Remy. He waits for it over to first, and that'll do. TV movie, I'm being told. So after halfway home on a beautiful day in Anaheim and a cold and windy day here, I don't know if you guys are getting any snow in New Hampshire, Andrew. We're not getting anything. My mom's about to get 10 inches. Halfway home, 1-0 Angels. Yeah, there's a real strong gradient with the snow. Our friend Gus the Wonder Dog is probably going to get a foot or 2. We're going to get nothing. My mom might get 9 inches in the ski areas up in the Northeast Kingdom, Andrew. We're going to get 2 feet. And it's not like anyone is unhappy up at Jay Peak about that. Tigers, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. The Angels, a run on 3 hits and no errors. The lone run of the ball game came in the second. Tony Soleada hit that solo homer off of Mark Fidrich, and that's it. It's 1-0 California. My mic level is still low. Because it's set at 40. I had it at 75 yesterday. Yep, mine changes all the time. Mark Fidrich, a 3-hitter through 4. The home run by Soleada. Hasn't walked anybody or struck out anybody. Nolan Ryan, 5 innings, 2 hits. He has walked 3 and struck out 7. You should have said something. That I can change. So Guerrero singled his first time up. Guerrero, Humphrey, and Flores to face Fidrich here in the 5th. Got him! The first K for Big Bird. An 0-2 rainbow curve, and he got him looking for strike 3. So here's Humphrey, who's 0 for 1. And there's a ground ball to first. Thompson will grab it, take it to the bag, and that is out number 2. For Gil Flores, who's 0 for 1. So Fidrich hasn't pitched that bad. Ryan has just pitched like Nolan Ryan. There's a ground ball to Thompson, who makes a diving stop. Fidrich covers, and Flores is retired. How about that? Thompson ranging almost in the hole in second before throwing to first, and that'll do it. And so the Angels go in order in the 5th. 1 run, 3 hits overall. They've left on 2. California 1, Detroit nothing. So Thompson, Staub, and Ogilvy to face Ryan here in the 6th. Jason has singled and struck out. And there's a ground ball to first. Soleada to the bag. 1 out. Rusty Staub is 0 for 2. He has a strikeout. Ryan kind of in control. 90 degrees on this 4th of July. To Guerrero at short, a hard hopper. Stops running, and I think they got him on a bang-banger. How about that? So 2 out here in the 6th for Ogilvy, who has struck out both times he's been up. Got him again. That's number 8. He took something off it on a changeup, and Ogilvy chased. So after 5 and a half, no runs, no hits, no errors, it is the Angels 1, the Tigers nothing. So top of the lineup for California, Remy, Chalk, and Baylor. Yeah, K signs everywhere. Remy is 0 for 2. That is in the left center, and that's going to get past LaFleur. Kemp will chase it down. Remy digging for 2, and he's got it. So Kemp with a bad jump, and Remy, good legs all the way in 77. And that'll bring up Chalk. Jerry Remy, of course, one of the great color analysts of all time on local television, all those years with the Red Sox, says when he came up in 75 with California, they're a 100-loss team, they made him the captain. Can you believe that? Chalk up the middle, and that's going to drop in front of LaFleur. For a riser, a bad jump. Remy will round third and score, and the Angels go up 2-0. For Don Baylor, who's 0 for 2. That is popped up behind the plate. May, not a lot of room back there, makes the catch, 1 out. Bobby Bonds is 0 for 2. When I lived out in New Mexico, in the early ages of the Superstation era, we got 4 of them on our 13 channels. We got 9 out of Chicago, WGN, TBS, or WTCG, Channel 17, and 2 from Los Angeles, KTTV and Channel 5 and Channel 11. And so I forget which one carried the Dodgers, so I got to see Vinny before I fell in love with Vinny. And the other one did Angel games. And so 79, which was the year that I lived out there for that season, was the year that they remodeled the Big A to prepare for the Rams moving out. So as that season went along, you see that outfield panorama that's here. It would disappear over the course of that season as the wraparound seats were installed for the Rams. Pitch to Bonds. There's a fly ball left center. LaFleur will make the catch, and Chalk goes out and shakes Barry's hand before Barry goes back to the dugout. 2 out for Soleada, who has singled and homered. 1 out, or 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. 2-0 Angels. That's into left center, but LaFleur will corral it, and that'll do. So the Angels get a run on 2 hits. They've left on 3. We go to the 7th. California 2, Detroit nothing. So Ryan, to face Kemp, May, and Rodriguez, has walked 3 and struck out 8 through 6. Kemp is 0 for 1. He has walked and struck out. That's a ground ball behind the bag at second. Guerrero is there. 1 out. Milt May has walked. He's 0 for 1. Ryan will be over 100 pitches right about now. Liner, a ground ball to Remy, throws to first, and May is retired. 2 away for Aurelio Rodriguez. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. That's into left field. Baylor in the alley. Stretch time. 2-0 Angels. Ron Jackson, Mario Guerrero, and Terry Humphrey to face Fidrich here in the 7th. Jackson is 0 for 2. There's a ground ball to second. Fuentes has it over to Thompson, and Jackson's retired. At one point in the early 80s, the Angels had Ron Jackson and Reggie Jackson. One is a nice guy, and the other one's a hot dog. Mario Guerrero is 1 for 2. He is singled and struck out. That is a second verse for Fuentes, same as the first, and there's 2 out. Terry Humphreys 0 for 2. Fidrich, as you know, became such a national sensation in 1976, and Ralph Houck, the manager of the Tigers, just left him out there. I mean, he sold tickets. People wanted to see him. But he is the poster child of too much too soon. Not necessarily for his personal habits, but the fact that his arm wasn't ready for that workload. And so, although his numbers in 77 were solid, his arm was toast. Absolute toast. And by 80, he was in Pawtucket with the Red Sox and just couldn't get it back. Pitch to Humphrey, and there's a base hit in the left. So Humphrey has a single. That's a 6th hit for California. And here is Gil Flores. Gil is 0 for 2. May and Fidrich have a word. It's Snuffleupagus. And Fidrich struck him out. So May must have seen something in Flores' swing, and Fidrich got him to chase a high fastball. How about that? No runs, a hit, and no errors. We go to the 8th, California 2, the Tigers nothing. So Verizon, LaFleur, and Fuentes to face Ryan here in the 8th. Tom is 0 for 2. And Tim Corcoran is going to pinch it. Tim, 282, 103 at-bats, 3 homers, and 15 RBI. That is into right. Bonds going back, way back, and gone. A pinch hit home run. .345 feet. All Bonds could do is turn and watch it go. So Ryan caught too much of the plate with that, and it's a 2-1 ball game. Hopefully one of those school buses didn't get a window broken. So a 94-mile-an-hour fastball finds the dirt. Here's LaFleur. Ron 1 for 3. He has struck out and doubled. So Ryan, 27 batters, 109 pitches, 7 innings plus, 3 hits, a home run. He has walked 3 and struck out 8. And he walked. That's a dangerous walk. So Ryan needs 2 to win the bet. He has walked 4. And Fuentes is 0 for 2 with a walk. They throw to first. And LaFleur is back. That's a bunt. Ryan will throw to Remy, and Fuentes is retired. So Ryan came off the mound, and with a good hurl down to first with 1 out, and LaFleur, the tying run, is in scoring position for Jason Thompson, who was 1 for 3, a single, and a strikeout. That is hit hard into right center field. Flores going back. It's gone. And the Tigers wake up the Echoes. They're up 3-2. So Jason Thompson crushes one into the alley. That was a line drive. That didn't get very high. But it didn't need to. And Flores just ran out of real estate. It's a good thing it's not a tribute game, Andrew. Here's Rusty Staub. Rusty's 0 for 3. Ryan, steaming now a bit, delivers. That's a base hit into left field. Baylor will throw it back in. For Ben Ogilvie, who has struck out 3 times today. There's still time, yep. So Tigers have all 3 runs here in the 8th. 3 runs on 5 hits. They've left on 5. Fidrich has held the Angels to 2 runs on 6 hits. And no errors. And they've left on 4. Ryan deals. That's into right center. Flores going back. This one will stay in the yard. And Staub goes back to first. So 2 out for Steve Kemp, who has walked and struck out. He is 0 for 2. That is a ground ball to Remy. He's in on the grass. He throws to first, and that will retire the side. But the big home run from Jason Thompson has part of a 3-run effort by the Tigers on 3 hits. And no errors. Bottom of the 8th here at the Big A. 3-2 Detroit. Yeah, I always liked Rusty Staub, even when he was with the Mets. So Fidrich, Scrivener is the new shortstop, by the way. In the 9-hole, Chuck Scrivener, Scrivener, is a 3 with a 5 double play rating. So Fidrich, 27 batters, 7 innings, 90 pitches, 6 hits, the home run, and he struck out 2. I think Rusty Staub is one of those rare players, for those of you scoring at home, yes, that I don't think anyone would have a bad word to say about. Pitch to Remy. There's a liner. Fuentes corrals it over to first for the out. A hot grounder is what that I should have said. 1 out for Chalk, who's 1 for 2. Dave has a single and an RBI. That came in the 6th. That is gobbled up by Fuentes. Same verse, or second verse, same as the first. 2 out. So Fidrich looking pretty sharp out there. Here's Don Baylor. He's 0 for 3. Scrivener. That's a piece of writing software, too. Jamie Marshall. Jamie Marshall, one of the community's absolute gems, has been quoted on the Owzat game site for his review of the beautiful game. And so, Jamie, I have a question for you. I'll message you later about one of their games. Pitch to Baylor. There's a fly ball left field, but Kemp will be there. That kind of fell out of the sky, and that will do. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the ninth here in Anaheim. Detroit 3, California 2. So Ryan needs to strike out 2 to make your bet work. Now, only 20% of you don't think he can do it. It'll be May, Rodriguez, and maybe a pinch hitter. May is 0 for 2 with a walk. That's the 5th walk. Who was it that said 5+ walks? So they got that one right. 4 out of the fastball zone. Excuse me. Walked him on 4 pitches. Here's Rodriguez. Aurelio is 0 for 3 with a K. Humphrey reminds Ryan that Terry has money on 10 strikeouts. Got away from Humphrey, and that's a ball. May, were they going to steal him? That's impressive. The 1-1. Got him. That's 9. So 1-2 fastball swung on and missed, and here is Chuck Scrivener. 6 for 72 in 77 with 2 RBI and 10 runs. See if they pinch hit. Yep, Phil Mankowski will have the honors. He hit 276, 3 homers, and 27 RBI. So Ryan laboring now on the wrong side of a 3-2 score. Yep. How you doing, AP? Out 6 for 72. Mankowski. There's a ground ball to Remy. He'll go to Soliata at first. May moves up to second, 2 out for Ron LaFleur. So 4 times through the lineup for Nolan Ryan. 36 batters, 146 pitches, 8 2/3, 5 hits, the 2 homers. Jason Thompson. And now you're going to make me look because I was paying it. And Tim Corcoran. 5 walks and 9 strikeouts. LaFleur is 1 for 3. He has doubled, scored, walked, and struck out. Ryan deals. Uh-oh, and Ryan's been thrown out. Ryan's been thrown out. It was a close call. It was a walk, and Ryan accused him of being Stevie Wonder, and Ryan's day is done. And so 9 and under is going to win it. Wow. That was a full count fastball that just missed. And Ryan said a few choice words. He called I.D. Jester, the home plate umpire, Stevie Wonder. And we were wondering what would happen, and he got yanked. Andrew, you never know what you're going to find here. Flip the Monopoly board over. So here we're going to put in. We're going to put in Dave LaRoche. And LaRoche has all the time he needs to get loose. The lefty went 6-5 in 77 for Anaheim, or for the Angels. A 3.10 ERA, 46 games, 13 saves. 81 in the 3rd innings. 64 hits. 31 runs, 28 earned, 8 homers. He walked 37, struck out 61. LaRoche, 29 and a big part of their run in 79. A fastball pitcher at 94 and a fly ball pitcher. So May on second, LaFleur on first, Fuentes at the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. And Ryan is steaming. He has gone in the clubhouse. He's gotten a bottle of Advil, and he's just flinging them like M&Ms at the home plate umpire and say, how about that? How about you go another 9 innings? Pitch to Fuentes. Got him, and so the team struck out 10. But Ryan struck out 9, and after 8.5, no runs, no hits, and no errors, it's the Tigers 3, the Angels 2. So Fidrich will face Bon Soliata and Ron Jackson. Bobby, his son Barry, shaking himself in the dugout, is 0 for 3. Fidrich deals. Got him! An 0-2 fastball. Got him looking, 1 out. Soliata has homered. That came in the second. He is 2 for 3. He is singled. Andrew flipped over the Monopoly board and realized that the hotel scattered too far and that if you don't pick him up, the dog is going to eat him. And so he's trying to pick up all the red and green pieces up off the floor. Last time he lands on Park Place. Pitch to Tony. There's a ground ball to Fuentes. Over to Thompson. And now it's last chance saloon here. Angels need 1 to tie and 2 to win. Ron Jackson. Let's see who we got. That can face Fidrich. Apparently a lot of better. Rance Mulliniks. So Mulliniks at 269, 3 homers and 21 RBI. Last chance saloon here. Been a good game. It's amazing when you don't have a lot of offense how fast these games go. I was doing a game the other day and Dave said, "You're done?" Like, we're only supposed to be going an hour. That was the Mets White Sox game that had 24 strikeouts. Pitch to Mulliniks. That's a base hit into left field. Kemp will throw it back in, and the tying run is on for Mario Guerrero. Again, all right. 253. Who can do better? I think we'll kind of go as is. So Fidrich still 1 out away. He deals. There's a ground ball past Fuentes into right field. Guerrero will hold it first. Mulliniks is going for third. And the throw is cut off by Fuentes. And so now the winning run is Guerrero. So Thad Bosley will come in to pinch run. And who will pinch hit for Terry Humphrey? Anyone that can hit above 219. Bruce Bochy. At 26, he hit 290, 2 homers, and 8 RBI. So Bosley, the winning run on first, and Bochy, the piston that drives the engine, at the plate. And Mulliniks, the tying run on third. Might not have wanted to flip over that Monopoly board quite yet, Andrew. So Fidrich trying to get out of this. 2 on, 2 out, bottom of the 9th. Tigers holding on to a 3-2 lead. Pitch to Bochy. That is up the middle. Fuentes goes to first, and Fidrich wins the ball game. So the Tigers win it 3-2. 2 hours and 40 fake minutes. 3 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for Detroit. They left on 8. California, 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and they left on 6. Fidrich gets the win. 9 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs, all earned. The home run to Soleada, and he struck out 3. He had minus stuff. Really? Wow. Nolan Ryan, before being thrown out, 8 2/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 2 homers. Corcoran and Thompson, who's your digital dice MVP, 2 for 4 with 2 RBI. He did what you would thought he would do. He walked 6 and struck out 9. He was tired. 150 pitches, 90 strikes, and 60 balls, and LaRoche with that 1 batter cameo. Not sure when we'll be with you again. I got an appointment Monday. It'll either be Tuesday or Wednesday, and we'll figure out something to do then, because we begin in just about 2 weeks, 56. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Ron Juckett. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. So long, everybody.